Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 6 o'clock. It is Thursday. It's time for a new Facebook Live. Happy to see you here. Welcome. Tell me, what were you doing just before this? Were you maybe cooking? Were you working? Were you driving? Oh, I hope not. That would be dangerous. Were you, maybe doing homework with your children? Tell me. What were you doing before you jumped in? I'm just curious. Once more, welcome. We are going to talk about negative thought cycles, as you can see. And I need to give you a word of advice before we start here. Because when we think about negative thoughts and negative emotions and these vicious cycles that we end up in, thoughts, making emotions, stirring thoughts, and it's a never-ending story. So we keep ourselves in these negative loops, and it usually looks like this, right? We cannot sleep, we worry, we have doubts, we feel bad. So, how do we get out of there? That is what we are going to talk about tonight. Yeah, I was asking what you were doing. Just got home from work. Great, welcome to the Facebook Live. So guys, what were you doing before you jumped in to this stream? Just curious to know what you were doing, right? And welcome once more. So we are going to talk about negative thought cycles. And I just said that I need to give you a word of advice before we start. Because when we talk about negative thoughts and negative emotions, I have to say it's all about you. You can be angry, pissed off, furious about something else and somebody else, or something that happened to you, but in the end of the day, it comes back to us. My mentor used to say, it is a me and me deal, right? It's a deal between me and myself. And yes, it may be true that somebody else did something to upset you. It may be true that you have a stack of bills on your desk that you don't like, and now you're out of your mind, you're so furious. It is possible that you see something happening in the world that is pushing your buttons. Absolutely true. I understand. But if we want to stop negative thought cycles, the topic of tonight, we have to understand that it's up to us. We cannot wait and pray and beg and hope that the world is going to change. We will have to change first. And I know that is a tough pill to swallow, because most people would like to change their spouse and change their boss and change their children and change the government and change, the climate and change whatever it is you want to change. Tax bills, it's never about that. We have to change first. So that's why I thought, talking about negative thought cycles and how to stop them might be a very good topic tonight. So remember, it is you and you deal. Now, play with me a little bit. I'm going to ask you to think of a very specific situation where you get trapped in one of these cycles, where you get caught up and you don't know how to escape. Like, the hamster in the wheel. Oh, you're thinking of something and now you feel the emotions. And now that you feel the emotions, you're thinking even more about what is happening and what is going on in your mind. And, just like the hamster in the wheel, you're spinning, you're exhausting yourself. And that is so hard, right? Can you think of a situation to play with tonight? Just to take it as an example. Oh my gosh, I'm Maros, Maros. No way. Oh my God. Hi from Hungary. Nice to see you. Oh my God. Amazing. Give my love to your beautiful family. Hi, Inge from Portugal. Yes, I'm sure the weather is better there than it is here. Welcome, guys, from wherever you are. Tell me, where are you in the world? Always nice to hear. And tell me what you were doing before you jumped on this live stream. So we want to get out of there, right? We want to get out of there. Are you with me? It's not about the world. It's not about other people. It's not about situations. It's not about the bills. It's about me, my thoughts, my emotions, and how I can coach myself. Okay? I'm going to show you this graphic, and if this is the first time that you see that graphic, hold on to your chair, because this is about to change your life. Really, I'm serious. So you see a big circle, and the circle represents the mind. Mind is the activity that is produced by the brain. It is not the brain. Mind is the activity. It's the thinking stuff, right? And we see a smaller circle here, and that is the body. Now, there's a reason why the body is so small, because the body is merely an instrument of the mind. If we can work with the mind, the body will follow, action will follow, results will follow. We know that to be true today. You know, I don't have the time at my ability tonight to talk about more creation, but believe me, that is how it works. Our mind is super creative. The number one reason why we want to get out of negative thought cycles is because we need to understand that negative thoughts and negative emotions blend together are highly creative, extremely creative. What we put out there into the energy field comes back to us. And we know that it is true. It's an energy law. It's pure physics, guys. And so the number one reason why you want to stop, your worry, your doubt, your anxiety, the figments, the reason why you cannot sleep at night is because it creates more of the same stuff. Okay? So we are going to divide the mind in two parts. We have a conscious mind, intellectual mind, thinking mind. This is the mind that thinks in pictures, in movies, in questions. And then we have the subconscious mind, is the feeling mind, is the emotional mind. That is the mind where your habits lie, where your belief systems live. And, it is the part of the mind that directs your life and keeps you into these negative thought loops. Yeah, it is this part of the mind that keeps you there. That is why it is so difficult to get out of it. Well, most people think it is difficult. I have the system to break that cycle, to break that loop. And tonight, I am giving you the foundation, just the first layer, right? There's a lot more to say about that, but believe me, okay? Conscious mind, subconscious mind, body. Nothing special, very simple graphic is the only thing we need to understand. Okay, now we're gonna look even further. Negative emotions come from our subconscious mind. So when we feel a negative emotion, we go like, because we feel it in our body. It means that our subconscious mind communicates with the body, and we feel this vibration, this vibe. In this case, a negative vibe. We feel that vibe in our body. And now we feel heavy, we feel blue, we feel depressed, we feel scared, we feel, mad, sad, whatever it is that you are feeling. There are hundreds of different of negative emotions, I mean. Now, then there is the conscious mind, and when we feel negative emotions, it triggers more negative thoughts. It's logic, right? So all of a sudden, we feel that emotion in our body, and we think the emotion comes first. I hear my students say that all the time. They say, oh yeah, but the emotion comes first, and then comes the thought. Nay, my friend. No. Absolutely not. There is always first a thought that triggers a negative emotion. Because over time, we were programmed with negative thoughts and negative emotions. And they have, you know, their little place, their little cabin, their little house. You know, the place where they live is the subconscious mind. We have emotions to make us aware of the thoughts that we produce. I'm going to repeat this because this is so important. We have these emotions coming from the subconscious mind. We feel it in our body. So if I ask you, where do you feel fear? Is it in your stomach? Is it in your gut? Is it in your heart? Is it in your throat? Where do you feel? Maybe it's here. Maybe your palms start to sweat. Where do you feel anxiety? Where do you feel fear? It is somewhere in your body. Some people feel it here, right in the back of their neck. Tell me, give me some answers, please, so we have something to work with. It is the body now that tells us that we are in a negative emotion. But we need to know that there was always a negative thought first that triggers that negative emotion. And maybe you're frowning now and you say, why don't I know this? Because the subconscious mind is 93% of the 100% of thoughts that we produce every day. 10,000s of thoughts that we produce every day. 93% go by under the radar. We are even not aware that we are thinking something. And that is why we need emotions. Emotions show us the way. Okay? So now we feel this in our body, and our body moves into action. We see at the behavior of a person in what vibe he or she is living. If you see somebody head down and arms crossed and the shoulders are low and you see them sighing, you know that they are not in a good vibration. You know that they are feeling negative emotions. You can read that vibe. And then we ask the other person, hey, what's up? What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you? And then maybe they say nothing, or maybe they say, yeah, I had this thing going on at work today. I'm not feeling well, right? Because the body is already expressing what the subconscious mind was emitting, all right? Now, if somebody feels good, equally true for happy thoughts and happy feelings, because then, you know, the chin goes up and the shoulders go back and the eyes go wide open and the hands go up and then we can say, oh my God, what's the matter with you? You look so happy. And then they probably will say why they feel happy. So our body emits, broadcasts the feeling tone that we are in, okay? And now we put our body into action. Now we start taking action, because what I learned over the years is an emotion needs to be expressed. And usually we seek, you know, we look for another victim because we don't like that negative thought, and we are looking for something to give that energy to, right? And that's not a good idea. So I'm going to give you a solution. What we do now produce results. The thoughts, the feelings, and the action together, combined, create the results in our life. This is a law. It's not something that Inge Rock has invented. It is a law. I gotta repeat myself. The thoughts, the emotions, and the actions of our body together, not just action, together on 3 planes of existing, create the results in our life. And then we see those results and we become even more depressed or more sad or more mad because, now look at my life. Okay? So we have all interest to stop it right here and not execute it. Because then we have to go back and say, sorry, I was not in a good mood. I didn't mean what I said. I didn't mean what I mean, what I did, and I hurt you. I'm sorry. So we can better stop here. Do you agree? We stop here and we need to change this in order to change this. Okay, now it's a 6-step process and I'm going to give it to you. Here is my gift for you. Number 1, how do you proceed? First of all, you need to become aware of your emotions. You need to become aware of the feeling tone that now is, stirring in your body. You feel like, there's a foreign vibration in my body and I don't like it. That's the first step. Like, you want to shake it off somehow, Some people want to punch people in the face, slam a door, maybe, punch a wall. I don't know, but you want to get rid of it. How do you get rid of it? Number 1, you become aware that you are not feeling well. Okay? That now you are feeling negative emotions. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. You just become aware that you are not feeling well. That's step number 1. Step number 2, stop. Look, I put it in caps. Stop doing whatever it is that you are doing. You got to stop. We need to stop. I'm going back. I'm going to show you, right? Negative emotions, negative feelings, negative thoughts, negative behavior creates negative results. We need to stop here. We need to stop our body. In order to change this, we need to learn to think. We need to use our mind to change our mind. All right? So number 1, you become aware of, I feel the emotion in my body. Number 2, you stop whatever it is that you are doing. If you are carrying a basket with laundry, put the basket down, sit down at the table, take a piece of paper, a pad and a pen, whatever. And you need to sit down and have a coaching moment with yourself. Because otherwise, you are going to try to find a solution to get rid of the emotion. And that is going to be harmful for you, for other people, maybe to your door, your house, your wall, whatever. Okay? You stop whatever it is that you are doing. Stop yourself and say, okay, I'm not feeling good. I need to stop right here. Because otherwise I create more of the same. Number 3, ask yourself, what am I thinking of? Now that you are aware of the emotion in your body and you are sitting down with yourself at the kitchen table, with the Stickman graphic, that is how I teach my students, you need to coach yourself and say, okay, I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel frustrated, I feel disappointed, I feel jealous, I feel, whatever it is that you are feeling, it's negative. Give the baby a name, yeah? Name your emotion and say, okay, I'm feeling ... I'm feeling sad, for instance, okay? Number 2, ask yourself, what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? And then you will see that you can become aware of the thoughts that hold the emotion in place. Because they're always linked. Thought in the conscious mind, feeling tones in the subconscious mind. They work separately, yet they are connected. Yeah, they are connected. Okay? So now you become aware of your thoughts. Write down what you are thinking of. It's extremely powerful. It is simple, but it is life-changing. Number 4, draw the stick man, the graphic that I just showed you, and fill in your thoughts and your emotions. You are going to write what you are thinking of. For instance, oh my God, my colleague at work pushed my buttons today because she did this and this and this and this and this. That's a thought. And now I feel angry, frustrated, powerless. Just write it out. Anxious, overlooked, whatever it is that you are feeling, put it in the stick man. Put it right there. Thoughts, emotions. This is a lesson in self-coaching. Okay? Number 5, ask yourself, is this a situation that I cannot change? Or is there a solution? Punching the colleague in the face is not a solution. Okay? Because then you are emitting that negative vibration. You are now executing the negative emotion and punching your colleague in the face. That is not what we are here for. Do you agree? So that is not a solution. First of all, can you change your colleague? No. For all people who want to change other people, you cannot change your other people. You can only change yourself and your perception about other people, right? So is this a situation or is there a solution? I think we have a situation. And the solution is that I change me, that I don't give it that much of attention, that she is whoever she is, and that I will have to accept that. If I cannot accept that, I probably will have to change jobs. Voila. And that is the coaching conversation that is going on right there. Number 6, you have to change your thoughts. You will have to let go. There's a two-way street here. Solution number 1, you change your perception. That is what I just did in the example. I said, I cannot change my colleague. I just cannot change the situation. I am carrying this emotion. I am making myself sick. She's not even aware of it, so I better change me. Okay? Now, if this is your loved one, and your loved one hurt you, and you are sad, maybe it's a good thing to sit down with your loved one and say, I feel hurt. You don't say, you hurt me. You don't do that, right? Because when you point to somebody else, 3 fingers are still pointing at yourself. So you say, I feel sad because you forgot my birthday. Let's just give it an example. Help me to understand this emotion because I feel sad. If this is your spouse, if this is your child, if this is your mother, you will have to sit down with them and say, I feel hurt. I feel sad. Help me to understand what is going on because now, I take it very personal and I'm not happy. And then you have to sit down with that person. There's always a two-way street. 1, is there a solution? 2nd, is it a situation that I cannot change? Forget about it. Change your thoughts and let go. In the second example, when you want to sit down with another person, you change your thoughts and you change your thoughts in a positive action step. And you say, okay, I cannot change my thoughts right now. I cannot change the feeling that I'm sad right now, but I can go to the person I love and just have an open, loving conversation and say, sorry to say, but I feel hurt. Please help me to understand this emotion. Guys, I know we never learned this at school, right? We never learned that kind of communication. But believe me, when you practice a little bit, I promise you, your life is going to change. And this is what I know from experience. 90% of the time, it is a situation that you let go. It's just, why am I giving it so much attention? Oh gosh. Change your thoughts, let go, let God. And then your life changes because your thoughts change and now your emotions change and your behavior change. And that, I believe, is a practice, is a method that we all need to master. Because this is the foundation of happiness. This is the foundation of peace in the world. This is the foundation of growing forward with people instead of fighting each other. It is, taking the responsibility for our own thoughts, for our own emotions, how tough that might seem right now. If you hear that for the first time, I truly believe that the solution is right there. If each one of us would take that responsibility to sit down with ourselves and say, you know what? I want to be happy. And I will have to change my thoughts and my feelings, regardless what the world is doing. Regardless what the world is doing. Then you take back your power. And in that power, you learn to master yourself. You learn to master your thoughts. You learn to master your emotions. And eventually, you master your life. And that doesn't mean that there are no, unexpected circumstances, setbacks, problems, challenges. Yes, this is life. But when you learn to coach yourself, it takes maybe 1/10 of the time. And you grow beyond the challenges, beyond the setbacks, beyond the grief, beyond the broken hearts, whatever it is that you are facing. Every day I teach my students this because I know that it is world changing. And right now we are equipping grown-ups, adults, with these methods to teach to children. My heart is full of love and joy because I know that our youngsters, our youth, and our children need to learn to deal with their thoughts and their emotions, because then I know they will become resilient, strong, and aware adults. Do you agree with me? Oh, I hope you agree with me, because I truly believe this 300%. Now, if I inspired you tonight and you liked what you saw and you want to have more of this, and you say, I want to know more about the stick man, I want to know more how I can coach myself, go to ingerock.com, because you can subscribe. And then, of course, we will keep you in the loop for all the Facebook Lives to come. And of course, there's a lot of free stuff on my website that you can study. It's always fun to give. So I hope that I gave you some positive fuel tonight. I hope you liked the little lesson. Thank you guys for all your beautiful comments here. And thank you for being with me tonight. I'm looking forward to see you in the next episode. Be well. Bye-bye.